Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Liv. What I'm sharing today is about strengthening our awareness. Many Americans are beginning to recognize that programs and benefits intended for our citizens have at times been subjected to exploitation and abuse. My goal is to equip us with clear, accurate information so that we can protect ourselves and our families, especially many Black Americans who have historically been excluded from vital systems of protection and benefits. Knowledge is key to fairness, unity, and collective safety. And that brings us to today's topic: how Social Security numbers are misused. I touched on the topic in the video exploiting loopholes. I'll leave a link card up top if you haven't seen it yet. I also wanted to share some additional information I didn't cover before so that you can get a full picture. As we know, undocumented immigrants cannot legally obtain Social Security number by law, but here's what happens. Let's start with fake Social Security numbers. Some undocumented immigrants purchase counterfeit Social Security numbers on the black market. Illegals often use Social Security numbers that already belong to real U.S. citizens. That includes children, deceased people, or random stolen identities. Employers, especially in industries with labor, may look the other way and accept these documents even if they know they may be fake. Illegals borrow Social Security cards from other undocumented workers. They borrow or rent numbers from relatives or people who sell them. This creates cases of identity theft. The real person's Social Security record may suddenly show wages they never earned. Then you have the reality of employer complicity. In certain industries like aquaculture, construction, meat markets, restaurants, employees accept clearly suspicious Social Security cards because they want the cheap labor. The IRS even has a category for these mismatch filings. They call them no match letters. In the previous video, we touched on what a ITIN is, which stands for Individual Taxpayers Identification Number. The ITIN is very different from Social Security numbers, and here are a few key differences. It's issued by the IRS, not the Social Security Department. ITINs are created for people who need to pay U.S. taxes but are not eligible for Social Security numbers. For example, a foreign student, non resident business owners, or undocumented immigrants working in the U.S. can apply. So you may be wondering why illegals are able to apply. The truth is, there is an entire system built for them, hidden in plain sight. Another clear distinction is I-10 starts with a 9 and it looks like a Social Security number, but they cannot be used legally for employment. Now, how it gets misused. Employers aren't supposed to accept I-10s for hiring, but many do. Since an I-10 resembles a tax ID number, some companies use it in place of a Social Security number to report wages. Some undocumented immigrants file taxes with I-10s to show good moral character in cases if they want to apply for legal status. We'll address the misconception behind the claim, often made by illegals and other supporters. They pay taxes because it's misleading. Now, others use I-10s for things like opening a bank account, securing loans, buy homes and cars. So employers, lenders, or landlord accept I-10s as if they are Social Security numbers, especially when they want to get paid. Now, here are a few reasons why this matters for Americans. This creates huge problems with identity theft, wage reporting errors, and unfair competition in the job and housing market. For illegal workers, it creates a shadow economy where they're in the system just enough to work, rent, and buy cars, but without the legal protection or responsibilities that citizens face. For taxpayers, many still end up paying taxes with I-10s, but they also access benefits indirectly through mixed status household, tax credit for U.S. born kids, and state and local programs. There's a lot more to these tax credit benefits, which we'll be exploring in upcoming videos. They keep saying they pay taxes, which will mean that they get a tax return too, but they aren't mentioning things like how many kids are claimed on those returns. They're receiving massive income refund checks, So, key points to take away from this information: undocumented immigrants don't legally get Social Security cards. Instead, they often buy fake Social Security cards from black markets or stolen identities. Two, borrow numbers from others and use ITINs issued by the IRS for taxes in ways that spill over into job, housing, and car purchases. This is how they're able to appear as if they're in the system and function almost like citizens, even though they are not legally supposed to. Before I go, I want to remind a few of you, please do not make commands toward me. More specifically, commanding me not to use the term immigrants. That comes across as rude and hostile. I am well aware of word framing and softening of language that some use. I've actually mentioned that in one of my videos. There is a reason why you may hear me use the term interchangeably on this platform. For instance, if I use the term illegal throughout my video, it alerts the system I'm spamming and it comes across suspicious. My video get placed on hold for the system to review. That's how I have my channel set up to prevent spamming. I hope that helps give you some insight. Thank you for joining. I'm glad we had the opportunity to learn from each other and share our perspective. If you're interested, be on the lookout for the next video, which builds on this topic: how fake Social Security numbers and ITINs keep the system running for them. Yes, it's a whole system behind the system. Thank you all for being loyal subscribers and for supporting the channel's membership. I truly appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.